Christian Kwesi Mausi, Principal Program Officer. From the Department of Children, a sub-professional group, Mr. Mitokpo Michael, a yard foreman. Please welcome him. On the Department of Gender, we have a professional group, Trini James. Trini James, not Trini Jonas, Trini James. From the Department of Gender, sub-professional, we have Asaribediakon Owusu. He's a driver, grade 2. Please join them. Mr. Asaribediakon Owusu. Oh, please welcome him. From the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, the professional group, we have George H.T.K. Kankam. He's a Principal Tourism Officer. A round of applause, a round of applause, a round of applause. From the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, again, the sub-professional group, we have Kwesi Ajiman. He's a Chief Headman. Kwesi Ajiman, Chief Headman. From the Bureau of Ghana Languages, the professional group, we have Joseph Kofi Avonyira, Senior Publications Officer. Joseph Kofi Avonyira, Senior Publications Officer. Please put your hands together. Let's celebrate them. They've done well. Bureau of Ghana Languages, a sub-professional. We have Rebecca Odali Blebo, Chief Executive Officer. Rebecca Odali Blebo, she's a Chief Executive Officer. There she comes, Rebecca Odali Blebo. Please put your hands together for the second batch of awardees. Thank you very much, Mr. Kizito Balance. Please put your hands together for him. To present the next batch of awards, we invite the Chief Director for the Ministry of Information, Mrs. Mamley Andrews, to present the next batch of awards. Please welcome her. The first awardee is from the Ministry of Roads and Highways, the professional group, Engineer Kwesi Ajiman Boachi. He's a Principal Engineer. Please welcome him. From the same Ministry of Roads and Highways, a sub-professional group, we have Stella Efriye Ado. She's a Senior Private Secretary. Stella Efriye Ado, Senior Private Secretary. Is she here? Oh, okay. Please clap for her. From the Department of Urban Roads, the professional group, Engineer Emmanuel Na Tete, Principal Engineer, Civil. Please welcome him. From the Department of Urban Roads, sub-professional, we have Nayan Rakia, Assistant Chief Executive Officer. Nayan Rakia, Assistant Chief Executive Officer. Is Nayan here? Okay. We move on to the Department of Feeder Roads, professional group. We have Engineer Eric Kofi Forsen. He's a Senior Engineer, Geodetic. Please welcome him. Engineer Eric Kofi Forsen. From the same department, sub-professional, we have Miss Abigail Shadow, Chief Executive Officer. Miss Abigail Shadow. Oh, please clap for her. Moving on to the Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance, the professional group. We have Dr. Millicent DeGraft Johnson. Dr. Millicent DeGraft Johnson, Principal Economics Officer, Head Cash Management Unit. Dr. Millicent DeGraft Johnson. Is she with us? Okay, please clap for her. She's the head of the Cash Management Unit, a very important unit at the ministry. From the Ministry of Finance Sub-Professional Group, we have Benjamin Nilate Clote. He's a Deputy Chief ITIM Technician. Please welcome him. From the Controller and Accountant General's Department, the Professional Group, we have Frederick Tetelate. He's a Chief Accountant. Please welcome Mr. Frederick Tetelate, Chief Accountant. From the Controller and Accountant General's Department, Sub-Professional, we have Sebastian Hector, Assistant Deputy Chief Security Guard. Sebastian Hector, Assistant Deputy Chief Security Guard. Please clap for Mr. Sebastian Hector. Thank you very much. Please this way. Thank you very much, Chief Director Mamle Andrews. Please put your hands together for her. Always smiling and looking gorgeous. The next batch of awards will be presented by the Chief Director of the Office of the Head of Civil Service, Engineer Godwin Brock. Please let's welcome him to present the next batch of awards. The first awardee is from the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development from the Professional Group, Raphael Edujan, Principal Development Planning Officer. Raphael Edujan, Principal Development Planning Officer. Please appreciate their hard work. Please appreciate their hard work. From the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, Sub-Professional, we have Miss Sophia Otu. She is a Chief Executive Officer. I'm informed she's not here, so the director will take it on her behalf. Please let's welcome Mr. Daintra to take it on her behalf. Congratulations to all the award winners. To the Department of Community Development Professional Group, we have Samuel Blebu, an Assistant Director 1. Samuel Blebu, Assistant Director 1. From the same Department of Community Development Sub-Professional, we have Koyiri Akelimbenge Lazarus, Senior Technical Instructor. Koyiri. I want to see him. Aha, okay. Please welcome him. From the Department of Parks and Gardens, from the Professional Group, Samuel Ofair, a Senior Accountant. Help me welcome Samuel Ofair, a Senior Accountant from the Department of Parks and Gardens. From the same Department of Parks and Gardens, Sub-Professional Group, Mr. Loving Samuel Akwe. Interesting name, Mr. Loving Samuel Akwe. He's a Principal Landscape Designer. Is Mr. Loving here? Please clap for him. From the Births and Deaths Registry, the professional category, Mr. Edward Norte, Principal Assistant Registrar. Please welcome him. Mr. Edward Naughty from the Births and Death Registry. From the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations, the professional group, Mr. Ernest Berkon, a Deputy Director. Ernest Berkon, a Deputy Director. Next, from the Department of Factories Inspectorate, professional group, Paul Odote Akron, Deputy Chief Inspector of Factories. Paul Odote Akron, Deputy Chief Inspector of Factories. Is Mr. Odote Akron here? Please put your hands together for him. From the Department of Factories Inspectorate, sub-professional, we have Justice Kluche Yao Abochi. He's a Chief Executive Officer. Justice Kluche Yao Abochi. See here. Okay, he's coming from the back. Please appreciate him. He took a long winding way, huh? Please appreciate him. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Engineer Godwin Brock. A round of applause for all the award winners. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. To present the next batch of awards, we want to invite Mr. Patrick Yao Nimo, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Please welcome him. The Chief Director of the Ministry of Trade and Industry. The first awardee in this batch is from the sub-professional group. She's Dinah Oforiwa Amanfo. She's a stenographer, grade 1. The lady in red has a lot of fans. From the Office of the Head of Civil Service, the professional group, Mrs. Deborah Sewa Atifu Fitz. Congratulations. From the Management Services Department, the professional group, Issa Salifu Mohammed. He's a Principal Management Analyst. Issa Salifu Mohammed. Is Issa here? It looks like the ladies have a lot of fans than the males, huh? Please let there be a balance. Is Issa Salifu Mohammed here? Okay. The wife is here. Okay, please. The ladies, can you make some noise for her? From the Management Service Department, sub-professional, Raphael Abuaji. He's a records assistant. Raphael Abuaji. Raphael Abuaji. Is Raphael here? Oh, okay. From the Procurement and Supply Chain Management Department, sub-professional, Miss Joyce Edu. Miss Joyce Edu. She's a private secretary. Miss Joyce Edu, a private secretary. From the Procurement and Supply Chain Management Department, again, the professional group, Atongo Simon Akriba, Procurement and Supply Chain Management. Mr. Atongo Simon Akriba. I would want to know how come he got more fans than some of the men. From the Government Secretarial School, professional category, Jennifer Yawa Okra, Assistant Director 1A. Jennifer Yawa Okra. The Government Secretarial School, again, sub-professional, Josephine Ayengo Avaga, Instructor. Please welcome her. Institute of Technical Supervision, Institute of Technical Supervision, the professional category, we have Emmanuel Tay Bano Newman. Emmanuel Tay Bano Newman. He's Assistant Director 2A. Assistant Director 2A. Let's welcome him to take his award. From the Institute of Technical Supervision, again, sub-professional, Mr. Abraham Arthur, Senior IT/IM Technician. The IT guys have a way of working, huh? From the Civil Service Training Center, sub-professional, we have the Isifu Ibrahim. He's a head man. Isifu Ibrahim, head man. From the Civil Service Training Center, professional group, Boche Maxine Patience. Boche Maxine Patience. She's a senior internal auditor. From the Office of the Head of Civil Service Professional Group, we have Mercy Krang, Deputy Director. Mercy Krang. Is Madam Mercy here? Okay. That does it for the third batch of awardees. Thank you very much, sir. Please put your hands together for the award winners. Congratulations to all of you. And to Mr. Patrick Numo, thank you very much for doing us the honors. The next batch of awardees is going to be done by Mrs. Dinah Hammond. Mrs. Dinah Hammond. She's a Civil Service Council member. Please welcome her upstage. It looks like the women constituency have gone to sleep. Please appreciate her. From the Ministry of the Interior Professional Group, Cornelia MFA Jikunu, Senior State Protocol Officer. Cornelia MFA Jikunu, Senior State Protocol Officer. From the same Ministry of Interior, we have Jennifer Esinam Amewonu, Records Supervisor. Please welcome them. There's a little traffic there. Please help them. From the Ministry of Interior, Cornelia Emefa Jikunu and Jennifer Esinam Amewonu, a Senior State Protocol Officer and a Records Supervisor, respectively. Please put your hands together for them. Beautiful ladies. From the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, a professional group, we have Emmanuel Ama, an accountant. Mr. Emmanuel Ama, an accountant. Those from the ministry, please give him the fans. You go back to the office. From the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, sub-professional group, Emisa Gladys Love, private secretary. Emisa Gladys Love, she's a private secretary. From the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a professional group, Theodore Opong Yeboah. He's a Deputy Director and FSO A2. Theodore Opong Yeboah from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. From the same ministry, sub-professional, we have Ebenezer Kofi. Ebenezer Kofi, he is a kitchen supervisor. Ebenezer Kofi, kitchen supervisor. Please put your hands together for him. From the Ministry of Health, professional group, Emilia, my Senior Program Officer. Emilia, my Senior Program Officer from the Ministry of Health. From the same ministry, sub-professional group, we have Efriye Gifty, stenographer, grade 2. Please put your hands together. Welcome them. Emilia and Gifty, please welcome them. From the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Professional Group, Madam Francisca Atuluk, Deputy Director, Francisca Atuluk. Please celebrate her. From the same Ministry of Youth and Sports, Sub-Professional, we have Francisca Okwampa Hinaku. Francisca Okwampa Hinaku. She's the Principal Executive Officer. Francisca. Francis. Oh, wow. It's written here. Okay. Because you are coming after Francisca. Please put your hands together for Francis. Thank you very much. From the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, Professional Group, Mr. Benjamin Samuel Ado. He's a Deputy Director at the ministry. From the same ministry, Sub-Professional, Mr. Stephen Lawe Paddy. He's a heavy-duty driver. Mr. Stephen Lawe Paddy, heavy-duty driver. Please put your hands together for him. That does it for the 6th batch of awards. Please put your hands together for Mrs. Diana Hammond, Civil Service Council member. Moving on to the 7th and the last of this category, I want to invite Mr. E.P.D. Barnes, who is also a council member, to present to the awardees the awards. Please put your hands together for Mr. Barnes. First awardees from the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice. From the Professional Group, we have Abdul Karim Hamidu. He's a Senior Research Officer. Mr. Abdul Karim Hamidu, Senior Research Officer. From the same ministry, Sub-Professional Group, Alexandria Atriwa-Jan, Assistant Chief Executive Officer. Please put your hands together for them. From the Ministry of Transport, the Professional Group, Mr. Dela Kemevo. He's a Deputy Director. From the Ministry of Transport, Sub-Professional, Mr. Nicholas Amponsa. He's a driver, grade 2. Please put your hands together for him. From the Public Sector Reform Secretariat, my organization, Professional Group, Mr. Michael Edujemfi, he's a Deputy Director. And for the Sub-Professional, Mr. Clement Odum, he's a Chief Messenger. Please welcome them. Congratulations to all the award winners. Following the Public Sector Reform Secretariat, the Ministry of Food and Agric. Sub-Professional, Mr. Abraham Ni Okule Oku, Chief Technical Assistant. Mr. Abraham Ni Okule Oku. Please welcome him. Okay, he's coming from the back. Please, a round of applause for him. From the Ministry of Trade, Professional, Frank Edem Kofiga, Commercial Officer. Frank Edem Kofiga. From the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology, and Innovation, Professional Group, Madam Dinah Mensah, Assistant Program Officer. Last but not the least, from the Non-Formal Education Division, Professional, Carol Sechiwa Green, Senior Program Officer. Carol Sechiwa Green. Thank you very much, Mr. Barnes. That does it for the last batch for under the professional and sub-professional award categories. Please put your hands together for the award winners. They've done marvelously well. Please celebrate them. As part of music, as we move on to the next batch.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, I wanna spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
Thank you very much, the Clock Sack Band. Please put your hands together for them. The next category, we are awarding directors and heads of departments. The directors are officers who head various directorates of strategic units in the various ministries and departments. They perform strategic roles to achieve the mandate of their institutions. The heads of departments are heads of civil service departments at the national level. They provide inputs into policy formulation, set standards and guidelines, as well as implement policies and programs of the organizations. As part of the performance management system in the civil service, each director, head of department, signs a performance agreement with his or her chief director based on agreed result areas and targets. Their performance are assessed semi-annually and annually by an evaluation team. The results are ranked, and the first place directors and heads of department whose chief director performs excellently receives an award. All directors and heads of departments are therefore expected to collaborate to ensure the success of the chief directors. The first place directors and heads of department whose chief directors performed excellently in 2021 are being awarded today. Each awardee receives a plaque and a laptop. Please put your hands together for the award winners. And we want to invite Honorable Henry Corte to present the award to the directors. Please welcome him. He's our landlord, please. Celebrate him. First on the list, we want to welcome Mr. Samuel Dankwa Akhurst. He's a Director, Treasury and Debt Management, Ministry of Finance. Mr. Samuel Dankwa Akhurst, Director, Treasury and Debt Management, Ministry of Finance. Please celebrate our directors. Next is Mrs. Elizabeth Obing Yeboah, Director, Recruitment, Training and Development of the Office of the Head of Civil Service. We want to invite Mrs. Patricia Dovi Sampson, Director, Finance and Administration, Ministry of Information. Next, we invite Ms. Regina Amo, Director, Internal Audit at the Ministry of Defense. Next, Dr. Sylvester Che Jemfi, Chief Program Officer, Information Research and Advocacy, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. I told you the IT people have a way of working. You can see. Please welcome him. Next, Mr. Joseph Kwesi Amoa. Mr. Joseph Kwesi Amoa, Director of Finance and Admin, Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources. Can we do it better for them, please? They've done well. They've done well. Next, Mr. Isa Mahami, Director, Policy Planning, Budgeting, Monitoring and Evaluation, the Ministry of Youth and Sport. He's not here. Okay, we move on to Mrs. Gloria Botelli Noy, Director, HR, MD, Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. Please make welcome. Please celebrate her. Celebrate her. Next, from the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Director of Human Resource Management and Development, Mrs. Caroline Chapman Ajiman. From the Ministry of Works and Housing, the Director, Human Resource Management and Development, Mr. Ebenezer Sam. Mr. Ebenezer Sam is the Director of Human Resource Management and Development at Ministry of Works and Housing. Last but not the least, from the Ministry of Energy, Director, Internal Audit, Mr. Ernest Boateng Wiafe. Mr. Ernest Boateng Wiafe. Please move a bit. Just a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's celebrate our directors for the good work done for the year 2021. Celebrate them, please. Congratulations to all of you. Please acknowledge the hard work of our directors. They are also looking very beautiful and gorgeous. We award the heads of department and institutions, which are organizations under the Office of the Head of Civil Service. The first on the list is Mr. Kwesi Kwening Bosompim. He's the Controller and Accountant General. Please welcome him. He didn't know he was getting an award. Please put your hands together for him. Shall we invite Mr. Isaac Ajovu to present the award? Sorry. He's a council member, please. Please welcome him. Congratulations, Controller. We hope that the surprise will translate into you surprising us next month. Mr. Ebenezer Ajekum from the Procurement and Supply Chain Management Department. Mr. Ebenezer Ajekum. Please welcome him. Is he here? Somebody's come. Please identify yourself. Are you his? Okay. Please welcome her to pick the award for Mr. Ebenezer Ajekum. Next, Mr. David Owusu Amoa from the Information Service Department. Mr. David Owusu Amoa. Oh, please put your hands together for them. Next, we have Mrs. Florence Ayisi Korte, Department of Children. Mrs. Florence Ayisi Korte, Department of Children. Next, Mr. Kwabena Apreku Yeboah, Department of Cooperatives. Department of Cooperatives. Mr. Kwabena Apreku Yeboah. Can you put your hands together for him? Last but not the least, Mrs. Dora Day Tumi from the Civil Service Training Center. We always say that teachers have their reward in heaven, but today we celebrate Madame for her good work. Celebrate her one more time. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the heads of departments, please celebrate them one more time. We move on to present special awards, and these awards go to serving and past civil or public service officers who have contributed significantly in diverse ways to the growth and development of the civil service. Please help me welcome Honorable Dr. Nana Ato Arthur to present the next batch of awards. Please welcome him, the head of local government service. The first special award goes to Mr. Mark Effort Adade from the Controller and Accountant General's Department. Mr. Mark Effort Adade. Please welcome him. Next, we have Miss Eva Menz. She's a coordinating director at the Ministry of Finance. Please put your hands together for her. Special awards. Please welcome Madam Eva. Last but not the least, for the special awards, Miss Richlove Amamu, Assistant Program Officer, Department of Gender. Miss Richlove Amamu, Assistant Program Officer, Department of Gender. Congratulations. Take a group picture and then take a bow. Ladies and gentlemen, special award winners for the 2022 Civil Service Week celebration. The honorary awards, like I said, go to 7 and past civil and public service officers. Sorry, thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Nana Atuata. Forgive me. Please put your hands together for him. We want to invite the head of the civil service to present the next batch of awards, honorary awards. Honorary awards. Please welcome him. Are we tired already? Please celebrate him. The first honorary award for the 2022 Civil Service Week Celebration and Awards goes to Honorable Ambrose Derry, the Minister of the Interior. Honorable Ambrose Derry here. Please celebrate him one more time. Congratulations, sir. Well deserved. Next honorary award goes to Ambassador Sir K. James Bebaku Mensah. He's a former secretary to Cabinet. We honor you tonight and celebrate. Secretary to the President. Forgive me. He's a former secretary to the President. Ambassador James Bebaku Mensah. We honor you, salute you for the good work. The third honorary award goes to our landlord, Shiponche, Honorable Henry Korte, the Greater Accra Regional Minister. Another round of applause for the Honorable Minister. The next honorary award goes to Ambassador Benjamin Clement Egan, former Secretary to Cabinet. Please welcome him. Please celebrate him as he comes up. Please celebrate him. Next honorary award goes to Professor Samuel Adams, the Dean of Public Governance School, GIMPA. Professor Samuel Adams. Is he here? He's not here. Next honorary award goes to Mr. Kingsley Ajiman. He's a registrar at the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. Mr. Kingsley Ajiman, registrar, Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. He's also not here. The last but not the least, Madam Sakina Bonsu, former Director, Public Services Commission. Is Madam Sakina Bonsu here? She's coming, okay. Please welcome Madam Sakina Bonsu. Please celebrate the honorary award winners. Thank you very much. We acknowledge and salute your good work. Is this way. Thank you very much, Head of Civil Service. Please put your hands together for them. Our final category is to celebrate the chief directors. Chief directors are the bureaucratic heads of the sector ministries. They provide policy advice to the sector ministers on issues related to their sectors and ensure the effective administration of their ministries and sectors at large. Each chief director signs an annual performance agreement with the head of civil service and endorsed by their sector ministers. The performance of the chief directors are assessed semi-annually and annually by an evaluation team constituted by the head of civil service. The results are ranked and chief directors who perform excellently are awarded. Today, 11 chief directors who performed excellently in 2021 are going to be awarded. Each of them will receive a plaque, citation, and a laptop. The first 3 chief directors receive additional mobile phones. Please put your hands together for so the moment we've been waiting for. At this point, the drums will roll. Are you ready to know your top 11 chief directors? Oh, I didn't hear you. Are you ready to know the top 11 chief directors? Drum roll. We welcome to the stage the Honorable Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance, Honorable Charles Edubuahim, to present the first group of awards. Please welcome him. Ladies and gentlemen, the 11th Best Performing Chief Director for the year 2021 is Mr. Lawrence Akpalsi from the Ministry of Energy. Please welcome him. Celebrate him. Mr. Lawrence Akpalsi from the Ministry of Energy. Our staff from the Ministry of Energy here, please celebrate him. Our 10th Best Performing Chief Director for the year 2021 is Mr. Solomon Asola from the Ministry of Works and Housing. Please welcome him. Mr. Solomon Asola. Please put your hands together for Mr. Asola, Ministry of Works and Housing. Congratulations. Our ninth Best Performing Chief Director from the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Mr. Patrick Yao Nimo. Mr. Patrick Yaonimo, the Chief Director, the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Please put your hands together for him. The 8th best performing Chief Director for the year 2021 from the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations, Mr. Kizito Balance. Mr. Kizito Balance. Please celebrate him. Please celebrate Mr. Kizito Balance. 7th best performing Chief Director from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Alhaji Hafiz Adams. For those of you who don't understand the cup he is holding, they won the interministerial games. If the Ministry of Youth wins the games, there's nothing new about it. Please put your hands together for them. Our 6th best performing Chief Director from the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, Mr. Noah Tumfu. Mr. Noah Tumfu, he has a lot of fans. Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Water Resources. Our 5th best performing Chief Director for 2021, Dr. Afisa Zakaria from the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. The only woman standing so far. Please celebrate her. Last but not the least in this batch, the 4th best performing Chief Director for the year 2021 from the Ministry of Defense, Dr. Evans Jikum. Please welcome him. Chief Directors, please pose for a group picture. Ladies and gentlemen, our best performing Chief Directors from the 11th position to the 4th position. Please celebrate them even as they take their seats. Congratulations to you. Thank you so much for the good work. Thank you very much, Honorable everyone. Please remember them as they take their seats. So well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for the award winner, Chief Directors leading our ministries. To present the 2nd and 3rd best performing Chief Director or Chief Directors, we want to invite upstage Justice Retired Henrietta Aban, Civil Service Council member. Please let's welcome her, Justice Retired Henrietta Aban. Please put your hands together. Put your hands together for her. Ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd best performing Chief Director comes from the Ministry of Information. Mrs. Mamle Andrews. Mrs. Mamle Andrews. Please welcome her. Third best performing chief director.
All protocols duly observed. I'd like to say a warm thank you for giving me this opportunity to share a few thoughts on the performance management system of the civil service. Indeed, this performance management system has been running for several years, from the time I joined the service close to 30 years ago, and it's gone through a series of evolutions, and all in the process to improve upon what it is that we have to ensure that productivity and performance within the service is duly enhanced. What we have currently has gone through so many changes.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. The Civil Service Performance Management System has been a very useful tool to measure productivity in the civil service and to ensure the linkage of the operations of the civil service with the national development agenda. The tool has been used also to help with the career progression of staff and to help them develop and or strengthen the areas that they need support, and also to provide opportunity for them to have the training in the necessary areas which can bring up their skills. One good thing about this performance management system has been its continuous improvement over the years. We've had to
Good afternoon. My name
In 2021, you oversaw the mobilization of resources needed to support the various initiatives aimed at sustaining the fight against COVID-19 and the implementation of comprehensive business processes, re-engineering to improve transformative economic management policies essential for post-COVID economic recovery. These resources continue to contribute to the implementation of the Agenda 111 program, as well as the vaccine purchase and administration to bring the country closer to our collective immunity goal. Through your resourcefulness, you spearheaded and are still overseeing the implementation of the Ghana Cares of Atampa and the Youth Start programs aimed at job creation for the youth and the revitalization of the Ghanaian economy. As a reflection of your commitment to sustainability and altruistic leadership in the Ghana civil service, you provide guidance to the next generation of leaders through mentoring programs on ethical leadership. This has resulted in you being a leader at par excellence. For your exemplary, admirable, and noble achievements, the Ghana Civil Service presents to you this citation as the overall best performed Chief Director for the year 2021. We are proud of you, sir. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. We want to invite His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, to present the award to the overall Best Performed Chief Director, Mr. Patrick Numo from the Ministry of Finance. Come on, make some noise for him. are proud of you and we celebrate you tonight. Another round of applause, sir. All chief directors are invited to come up stage. Award winners, sorry. All chief directors who won awards, the 11 best performing chief directors, please come up. Oh, can you celebrate our chief directors?
Yeah.
Fellow civil service staff, our 11 best performed chief directors year 2021. A round of applause for them. A round of applause for them.
Can you welcome Pim 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 welcome Santio Can you welcome Pim 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 welcome Santio Can you
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to hear from our overall best chief director. Please put your hands together. He's presented with a bouquet of flowers. He's watching those who are clapping. Budget cuts next year. Please put your hands together. Say, if you can't see them, I'll write their names for you. Please clap one more time. Let's welcome to the podium Mr. Patrick Numo. Please put your hands together one more time.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, the Civil Service Council, the Honorable Ministers present, the Head of Service, Head of the Civil Service and Head of the Local Government Service, invited dignitaries, colleague chief directors, colleague award winners, ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply humbled and honored to be selected as the recipient of this prestigious award for the second time. I want to thank God for the guidance and blessings He continues to bestow on me, and I also want to thank Him for bringing me into a company of friends and colleagues who enable you to work together with them to achieve things that you cannot achieve on your own. I also want to express my sincere thanks to the Civil Service Council and the head of the Civil Service of the Republic of Ghana for their recognition. And I believe that this award is not just for me, but for all chief directors, both those that were awarded 11 and others who are working very hard to bring service performance in the public sector of Ghana to a level that is appreciable to all the citizens of Ghana. I consider this award as not for myself, but for all of us, and particularly my colleagues at the Ministry of Finance, and indeed all civil servants. The role of the Chief Director, as you all know, is one that requires you to be a bridge between the political leadership and the civil service. And it is effective coordination of this relationship that ensures that you stand out and satisfy your bosses, your political bosses, as well as the needs of your colleagues to ensure that the civil service delivers at its utmost to bring the needed relief to the people of Ghana. My presence here today, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, would not have been possible without the giants on whose shoulders I stood. I am deeply grateful to all the people whose leadership have shaped my development. And I want to particularly single out my sector minister, Honorable Ken Ofuriatta, for special mention. And he's not here today for a very justifiable reason, but I'll crave your indulgence for us to put our hands together for somebody who has supported me and guided me. From him, I have learned that public service is not just about academic qualifications, but also about some fortitude, the ability to stand up in the time of difficult times, to stand up to challenges, to face up to strong obstacles, and to prevail in the circumstances that are not normal. To him, I owe a lot of gratitude. I also want to thank my colleagues at the Ministry of Finance, some of whom are here today, for the support that they have given me during the course of my stay at the Ministry of Finance. One thing we have learned together at the Ministry of Finance, that beyond all that we do, relationships are very important. Resilience on the job are very important, and spirituality cannot be taken out of the ability to deliver at the right times. To all my colleagues at the Ministry of Finance, I say I dedicate this award to you. I also want to end by thanking the head of service and the Civil Service Council and the organizers of this program. I'm particularly touched by the honorary awards that were given today. As some of you may know, I'm particularly passionate about how we recognize our seniors who have gone before us. So when I saw that the likes of our past senior citizens have been awarded today, I felt very gladdened, and I want to commend the civil service for this initiative. Very often in my office, I've called my colleagues to stop whatever we are doing and to attend to former chief directors, former directors in the public service, former public servants who for one reason or the other need some service. I believe when we have the opportunity to provide some assistance to our former seniors, it is a singular opportunity that we cannot miss. And I'm very gladdened today, not just for those who are winning awards, not just for those who are in the service, but for our colleagues that have gone before us. Mr. Chairman, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to, in conclusion, let me once again thank the Civil Service Council and the head of service and organizers of this program for the recognition that they have given not only to me, but for all civil servants and the honorary awards that were given today. I want to pray that God will continue to bless the work of the civil service, and we'll see a Ghana that has moved from wherever we are to a Ghana beyond aid, a Ghana that is digitalized, a Ghana whose effort through digitalization brings revenues beyond what we can use within our country, and Ghana becoming one of the donors on the international scene. Thank you very much.
Please put your hands together for him. I think he has set the target for next year, so we'll see and evaluate him on that. Please put your hands together for our overall Best Performed Chief Director for 2021. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you may have realized that the electronic gadgets that were supposed to go to the awardees were not presented today. We are all expected to come to the offices of the Head of Civil Service on Tuesday, August 2nd, with your Ghana card. With your Ghana card. Please take note. No Ghana card, no award. Please put your hands together for the... All too soon, we are coming to the end of a wonderful night together. We've celebrated hard-working civil servants and chief directors. I believe that they deserve a round of applause, please. Let us welcome to the stage the chairman of the planning committee and the chief director of the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, Dr. Evans Agri-Dakon, to give us a vote of thanks. Please welcome him.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I thought that once Patrick had finished, that would have been it. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, members of Parliament and Ministers of State, ambassadors, members of the Civil Service Council, the head of service, the civil service, the head of the local government service, colleague chief directors, directors and heads of department and institutions, development partners, our revered traditional rulers, awardees, distinguished invited guests, friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is an honor to render this vote of thanks to signify the end of an exciting 2022 Civil Service Week celebrations and award ceremony. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to draw some inspiration from John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States of America, when he said that, and with your permission I could. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them, unquote. This is a call to action for all as we strive for improved productivity and service delivery using digitization as the anchor. The head of service, let me emphasize that we appreciate in a special way Your Excellency the Vice President of the Republic for gracing the occasion as a special guest of honor, and for the crisp and insightful delivery on the nexus between digitization and our transformation of our economy. We also recognize the unflinching support given to us by the Civil Service Council and the chairman of the Public Service Commission. Let me say that we value your encouragement and participation. The head of service, you have consistently reposed in us this confidence, at least for the past 3 years, and provided that valuable strategic buffer that galvanizes us to deliver on our core and auxiliary mandates. You have proven extremely helpful throughout the process, from planning to execution. We treasure your leadership. I have the honor of acknowledging my minister, Honorable Osechi Mensah Bonsu, the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, the Majority Leader of Government, Parliament, and the Leader of Government Business, for allowing me time and space to preside over the planning and execution of this week. He also offered me some strictures that guided the process. Honorable Ministers of State, we are extremely grateful for the support that you have provided. Let me say that the resource persons who delivered during the public lecture, Dr. Ufosu Adakwa, Dr. Enyim Dake, they provided a lot of support during the process. The enthusiasm and the zeal exhibited during the interministerial football tournament, the cleanup exercise, policy fair, the public lecture, and all meal cooking competition, which enables some of us to cancel dinner at home without submitting ourselves to usually questions that accompany such cancellations. Your smart turnout tonight have contributed immensely towards the successful execution of this week's celebrations. Let me recognize the technical support offered to us by the National Sports Authority through the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the sponsorship of the World Bank through the Public Sector Reform for Resort Project, the Office of the Senior Presidential Advisor, the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Finance, and all sector ministries, of course including CLOSAC, who have made some contributions towards the celebration. We still encourage those who have not fulfilled all righteousness to do so before the head of service releases the league table. To our service providers during the policy fair, especially the Passport Office, the DVLA, Registrar General Department, Birth and Death Registry, NHIS, NIA, Control and Accountant General Department, Vodafone, MTN, the Airtel Tigo, among others, we thank you, and may you continue to provide that unalloyed services to our people. We are honored to have all of you ambassadors and ministers of state present. Let me say that we cherish the close-up band. The ever irresistible close-up band. Let me say that we are proud of you because you have provided such an ambience for us. You provided music that literally encouraged people to get onto the dancing floor with Buga, Adwa, Kete, you understand, Kete, Apatampa, Bobobo, I mean, to name a few. May I request at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, a resounding applause for the planning committee for their tireless. And let me recognize particularly also the Chief Director of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, who said that even though the cap was not presented to him here, he will present it as one of his means of verification. And of course, Dr. Afisa Zakaria, who provided a lot of support during the all-male cooking contest. We appreciate you. So we go back to a resounding applause for the planning committee once again. Head of service, the internal cohesion, the camaraderie spirit that characterized the workings of the committee underpin the success that we have witnessed this year. The CDs, Abeko, Hafiz Adam, were a source of inspiration throughout the process. Mrs. Elizabeth Obing-Yeboah, the Director of Reforms Coordinating Unit, OHCS, let me say that it's a quintessential director whose professionalism and competence are worthy of emulation. Your Excellency, her height vis-a-vis my height notwithstanding, she submitted herself to authority and obeyed my instructions religiously. Of course, she will not compromise cheaply. For our secretariat at the Office of the Head of Civil Service, your diligence confirmed the position that a leader is as good as the quality of his administrative backup. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Secretariat proved extremely phenomenal and made my work as a chairman relatively easy. We also thank the OECS, the closer IT team. They have been working around the clock to enable many civil service staff and a larger public enjoy the celebration through live, streaming of events. The team also provided a much needed technical support during the period. To our award winners, you have largely made this day possible. There cannot be award ceremony without award winners. You have uniquely brightened the ambience by distinguishing yourself with selfless services in the interest of our service and the Republic. Congratulations. Please do not lower the bar in the subsequent years. Our friends in the media have ensured that the wider world is able to follow the activities of the Civil Service Week. You provided us with a treated airtime to disseminate some synopsis about the civil service and deal with some misconceptions thereof. We warmly thank our distinguished guests and online viewers for their loyal participation. We promise that we will provide some news digitalized for you. We wish to thank all those who in diverse ways supported the planning and execution of the event, including those who provided the hot meals and the necessary support systems. We thank you most sincerely. Now, as we leave this hall, let us remember to treat our service as a corporate entity with ownership vested in all of us. That way, we will execute our duties and responsibilities in order to establish a framework of government which shall secure for ourselves and posterity the blessings of liberty, equality of opportunity, and prosperity as enshrined in the preamble of our 1992 Constitution. Long live Civil Service of Ghana. Long live Ghana. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A resounding round of applause for the chairman of the planning committee, Chairman 1. Please do it better for him. He mentioned the names of the planning committee members, but he forgot to acknowledge himself. Please acknowledge him one more time for leading the team to organized this year's event. Thank you very much. We'll invite Alhaji Hafiz Adam, the Chief Director of Ministry of Youth and Sport, to give us a closing prayer. Please, let's welcome him.
We have every reason to glorify the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this regard, when I say at-takbir, you say Allahu Akbar. At-takbir. 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 Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. We express our sincere gratitude to Almighty Allah, the sustainer of the universe, the nourisher of the universe, for this day. We would like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide our Vice President, grant him wisdom and his household, to guide the President of the Republic of Ghana, grant them wisdom for them to steer the affairs of this country to the level of development that we deserve ourselves. I want to also pray for the head of the civil service of Ghana. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should grant him wisdom, guide him, and protect him. Finally, I would want to pray for the entire civil service of Ghana. Why? No nation can develop beyond the capacity of its civil service. And so I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect the civil service of Ghana, expand their knowledge, their competencies, give them wisdom to contribute their quota to the development of this country. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Amen.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Hafiz Adam. And on this note, we've come to the end of our program. Thank you for being with us. We want to rise as we take the national anthem. Please, let's rise. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Vice President leaves us, please remain seated. Dinner will be served to the tables. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please remain seated. Sorry, remain standing. When he leaves, we remain seated. Sorry. If you've misplaced your key, please see me. If you've misplaced your key, please see me. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your seats. The ushers will direct you to the dinner table. Enjoy some good music. All in all, I believe we've had a wonderful night. My name has been David Esuman Mensah. Thank you.
Joshua, God minds.
The missing key for a Toyota vehicle. So if you've misplaced your vehicle key, please see the security man. Thank you. Please, let's remain seated even as you are directed to the tables. Please, we are pleading with you, remain seated.